Hey everybody, it's Lacey. Welcome back to Paws and Paper. So I'm here again, back to my fairy portfolio that I've been working on. So I think it's coming along pretty good. At this point now, we have all of the envelopes covered, front and back and inside if needed. So I have everything ready now to decorate. So some of the envelopes I did cut on the edge here, and so then I've just covered both front and back. And all my envelopes now are ready to go. So today I'm just kind of playing around with making some pieces. And I wanted to work with today, I had printed these two pieces of transparency film, and I just print one of the pieces of the kit onto a piece of transparency film. And I was kind of playing around with the idea of, and this is kind of inspired by those like three-dimensional Victorian cards, kind of like the one I did a video on a couple weeks ago. And I was kind of thinking maybe I can make like a three-dimensional type journaling card. So I'm just going to experiment. I have not tried this yet. So far, this is just an idea in my head that I'm thinking. So I brought along here just some pretty scrapbook paper that I thought might go with the colors of the kit really nice. I'm going to use, this is just a copy paper right now. This is going to be the start of my journaling card. So I believe what I want to first do, and I've measured this already, because I want this to go into one of my large envelopes here. So I know that it already fits in here. I've got plenty of room to at least put a background on there. So I know if I back it here and a little bit on each end hangs out, I'll be good. So the first thing I think I want to do, I want to create, and I picked one of the digital pieces here that has kind of a blank middle, because I'm going to actually die cut out, and I'm going to bring in my machine here again. I want to die cut out like a picture frame in here, I believe. And then I will see if I can't get my transparency film to be, I think I want it to be behind it, and then maybe we can add some layers. So first of all, I want to see how big. I think that's about a good size, actually. Or there might be one. Is that just, oh, that's just like just a step bigger. Okay, let's try that. So let me get this cut out here. I'm going to try to center it as much as I can in that white space. If it's not perfect, that's okay. Because I'm going to try to layer around it and stuff and build dimension around it. So let's see if we can't get this to work. Okay, so there's my picture. Whoops, come back here, guy. My picture frame. Let me get all this stuff out of the way here. And move all this. Okay, so now this is what I want to start with. And I think I want to back it onto this piece. I want my transparency to kind of be, I think, behind it. She needs to be on something a little lighter to pull her out. So maybe if I do, okay, let's try something like this. Let me see where this ends up, and I'm going to have to kind of mark this. So I want to have a border. I'm going to bring in just a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing here. I want to have a border of my scrapbook paper just around the edge. I'm going to double check my measurements here so that I know I could fit in there, and a little less than 7 inches will fit. So I have to have, if this is on here, a little less than 7. So I need to make sure end to end, so like barely any of that scrapbook paper is going to stand out. Okay, so let's just do something like this, and I think that'll be good. So I'm going to cut that down so that I know how far I can go over. Lost my mark. There we go. Roughly there. Okay. And I believe we are good. Just want a tiny bit all the way around like that. I think that'll be good, right? We're still a little less than 7. We are really close. Okay, so I think then I'm just going to do, don't think I cut anything off the top of this one, did I? 5 is too far, so I need to make sure. I'm actually going to take a little bit off of this top here so that I can make sure that I have, whoops, a little bit of my scrapbook paper. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of here. So now that should give me just a border. And I can go perfect to 5. So roughly there. Okay, and then that should still give me plenty of room to get that in the envelope. Okay, so now I believe I have my base piece, this one here, and I will ink around this before we put it all together. But I want to first, I think I kind of want to mark, if I can see this. Okay, so now I made a few marks there. I believe if I start with this piece first, and this piece could probably just be glued all the way down, I believe. I'm going to ink it first. And I'm trying to make just like a look-through window that looks dimensional. And like I said, I have not done this yet. I'm just kind of experimenting here with you guys. So I'm thinking, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this down first. So let's just put this in here. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be dimensional. I think it's okay if it's not 100% on the mark, but I think we're just going to go with that. So I'm trying to see if this is directional. I don't think it's got very light writing on it. I don't think it's directional. We're just going to go with this. So I'm just going to use my glue stick and go all the way around this guy. And I am going to, glue stick went everywhere. Get this guy down here, roughly in the center where my markings were. Okay. Then I am thinking we can, I think I want to put this in the middle of both pieces of this outside. I got glue everywhere. Oh my goodness. Every once in a while you catch the edge, and I caught the edge. See what I did? I caught the edge of the paper and it just like completely like ripped my glue stick apart. It's like one bad thing about using glue stick. It's so soft if you get in it. in the wrong spot, it goes everywhere. Okay, I think I'm going to do the same thing. Do I want to die? No, I don't think I want to die cut her out. Because I want her to be mounted on the back of this, because I want to be able to put the foam dots in between to add some layers. Okay, so I am just going to center her on here, because I want her to be in my frame. And I am going to then just give myself a border so that I can stick this on there. And let's go to maybe, let's go right there. That's fine. I wonder if you can cut these on here or not. Never tried this. I wonder if this will cut. Oh yeah, it cuts real easy. Super. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. And then let's go to here. Okay. So that cuts real good. And then let's get this bottom cut off. Roughly about there. Get that bottom cut off. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, now I'm going to layer this up. I brought my foam dots along again. If you watch the card making, that Victorian card making video, I had used these in there too. And there's a whole bunch of them here I need to kind of use up. So let's just put some of these guys behind her. And these are super fun to try to peel off. Okay, so I'm thinking let's just go around. And the only reason I'm doing this is just to see if I can, to build up some dimension. Because I want it to kind of look three-dimensional. So if I can get some lift behind this, I'm hoping that it'll look more dimensional. These are terrible to try to get off. That's probably one reason I don't like working with these things, is because they're really hard to, well, especially these really little ones. I know you can get bigger ones, but like I said, I didn't buy these. These came in some art project that my kids had. I don't even know what they got them in, but so I think I want to get her on there. Looks good. Okay. I might need a few more dots just to kind of secure her a little more. So let's see if I can get some more in here. And maybe get one there. Try to keep her flat. That's the worst part, is if it gets buckled up. And maybe one right at the top here. I don't want to go over that, my cutout line. Okay. There we go. That fits right in there. Okay. So there we have that. So it looks a little dimensional. I mean, it's not super, super dimensional, but at least it gives a little bit of difference to it. I'm thinking maybe, do I want to, what do I want to do? I need to make sure that this all stays, you know, because I don't want it to be like a bubble in the middle. So how can I do this? I'm thinking that maybe, should I foam dot it in the corners? Wonder if that would work. Okay, I think if I'm going to do that, I'm going to sew around this first. Probably should have sewn around this first in here too. That might have looked cool. I might have to redo this one. This is just an experiment. This may not make it into the final project. So I'm thinking let's go ahead. My only other problem too is this is paper, so I'm thinking I might have to reprint this on cardstock. Let's just keep going for now because I'm thinking this will work, but I might have to just revamp it a little bit. Okay, I wanted to put some like butterflies or flowers or something in here too, like to kind of again add more dimension. So I'm wondering if I can get stuff in there. I'd have to just glue it down. Let's see. Got a pretty. Put that like on top, one over, one under type thing. Let's see here. What do we got? It's kind of a neutral. Got all kinds. Butterfly. There's a pretty blue one. Kind of like that. Okay. Just quit fussing and just do it. Okay. I am going to go get this sewn around first because I think I want to sew it to help reinforce it some before I continue on. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I did end up sewing all the way around, and I did a zigzag stitch all the way around. I think I've said this before. I like to do the zigzag stitch around the edge of the paper. I think it helps kind of reinforce the edge. So I did a zigzag stitch all the way around the edge, and then I did end up just sewing around real messily around the center. It did work. It did go through the foam dots. My machine didn't seem to mind too much that it was going through that. So I did sew around it, and what it did is it went through the foam dots, but it still is giving it enough with the dots under it, even with it being sewn now, that it still kind of lifts that picture up. If you can see, it's still giving some dimension under there. So it is still raising it, which I think still looks good, but I feel a little bit better about it being stitched on there now. So now I think what I want to do is add some little pieces in here to add some more dimension to this. And I'm thinking maybe if we just add, I was also thinking while I was sewing to do another one over top of everything, but I think that's way too much. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I think that's just going to be too much to put another layer over top of this. So let's just go for maybe adding, like a flower piece over here. And I think I'm going to raise it and put one of these dots behind there, or a couple, maybe actually. I'll do that. I am going to, on these, just dot them with a little bit of glue because they're going to be on the outside. I just want to make sure that they're secure and that they won't come off. So this is probably going to get really messy now. Trying to get these itty bitty little glue dots on these actual wet glue. Okay, so now let's see if we can get these pieces peeled. I hate working with these little foam dots. Not my favorite. Oh gosh, see, now they're going to stick to me and not the paper. Stay. Might as well just use glue at this point. I just want the dimension, that's all I want. Oh my gosh. See, this is a thing you have to, like, okay, if you're going to glue them, you got to glue them, you got to wait for them to dry, then you got to peel them off. I don't have the patience for that. Don't have the patience for that. Okay. Now, I'm going to dab a little bit of glue again on this side so that my foam dots stay in place. These aren't, like, super, super sticky. So I want them to make sure that they stay in place. And I think I'm just going to put this kind of over to the side. And that looks cute. So that's just a little bit dimensional there, which I think looks good. And then the little butterfly, I'm thinking can go up in that corner. Maybe it's going to be easier if I just do this. Let's see if this works better. Did I get that off? No. There we go. Maybe it's going to work better if I just do this. Let's just dot here. Let's stick our glue dot. Not our glue dot, or just our foam sticky dot. Okay. And then just do this again. Oh my goodness. Stick. Okay. And then our butterfly guy will stick right there. Okay. So now when the glue gets that stuck on there, those guys aren't going to go anywhere. Okay. Sort of like how that looks. I think that's looking good. I want to grab some, I need to grab some lace stuff real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I found these little appliques, which I think are just perfect with the fairy theme. So I'm thinking I might want to put one of these down. So I'm just going to cut off one of these little flower appliques here. And maybe we can put a little bling or something in the middle of this. This I thought would be cute. We could put a little bling in there. Let's see, we could do it even over here. Like kind of off of that flower. Maybe even kind of under that flower. Where do I want you to go? I kind of want you to live over here. That might be kind of cute. There we go. Maybe under there like that. We could put a little piece of bling on there, and then this really pretty lace. I was thinking, I believe it goes, it's got brown threads in it, so yeah, it goes this way. So I'm thinking to put it, I want to put it on the side. I think I want to put it at the top, like between the two layers, you know, like put it there and then put this one down and have it just sticking out the top. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, so let's get this straight. And then I'll sew around the bottom part. And we'll get this guy all put together. So yeah, so this is just going to be a real quick video here of how I've been going to try to start putting pieces into this fairy journal. Been trying to do some more intricate kind of pieces, you know. So I'm thinking if I put that there, like that. Do we want it on the bottom? Or do I, yeah, I think I want it underneath this layer. Like that. I think that looks good. Okay, so let me get this little piece glued down here. We got our little applique first. So let me get this glued here. Oh, you know what else I need? I need a word. Gotta have a word on this. So then I'll find a word. So yeah, I'm kind of just all over the place. Like I said, I'm just experimenting. I did not have a plan today. I'm just kind of winging it. So let's get this guy tucked under there just a little. There we go. Okay, can you see that? I think that looks cute. I really like that. Okay, then I'll get a piece of bling. We'll get this glued up here just to hold it down until we get it to the sewing machine. We don't need much. Let's see, does this have a top or a bottom that looks better? I don't think so. I think the top and bottom both look about the same. Okay, so we're just going to make sure. I want a bunch of that to stick out. I want them, you know, the pretties to really show. So let's just get a little bit of that glued down. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go back and then I am going to do, I want to do a straight stitch all the way around the outside of this, and then maybe I'll do a straight stitch inside of here then to adhere that, or no, I don't want to do that because I want to be able to write on. I'm going to do the good old glue on this one. And then I just don't like to sew through cards. Like if you want to like actually write on the backs of them, then I don't have to cover that. I mean, I could, but then I don't have to cover that the back of this card again. Okay, so now I'm just going to get this down here like so. It's still got some nice dimension going on here, which I like, because those foam dots under there, like I said, they're still lifting up that paper even though we sewed around it, which is kind of cool. Okay, so now all of this will be adhered down. And then you can kind of still see the dimension in the back. And like this part here is loose, so it looks really kind of dimensional. I mean, I think that looks pretty cute. I mean, that's very similar to what I had in my head. So I am going to just go do a quick, I got so excited I couldn't talk, a straight stitch all the way around, and I'm going to grab a piece of bling and a word, and I'll be back one more time. Okay, so I am back here, and now I just had gone all the way around as close as I could to the edge here in just a straight stitch. Tried to not overlap my other piece here, but just get really close to the edge. And then we got our lace sewn down there. So now I had grabbed here a little piece of bling that I wanted to get glued down. And I think just one of these little glittery pieces will be good on here right in the center. Make it stand out just a little bit more there. So let's get that guy in there. That looks cute. Okay, and then I brought along a couple words here. I got beautiful song, which I thought might be kind of cute for the fairies. And beautiful song can mean all kinds of things, you know. A song can be more than just music. It can be a story or anything like that. So it could have lots of meaning. So maybe, do I want it in the top? I think I kind of want it over here a little bit. Maybe like that. So let's get that down, and then I think we're looking good. So these little things are hard to work with too, these little itty bitty pieces. Why do we work with such small pieces? Who came up with that idea? You know, like the little pieces look so cute and dainty, but they're hard to work with. Gotta have little nimble fingers. Pretty soon I'm gonna start having to work with tweezers here to get everything to go. Okay. So there we go. Maybe beautiful song like that. And I think that's looking pretty cute. I mean, there's this itty bitty piece of lacelet. I could kind of, maybe I could put it under the butterfly. Should we not waste this little tiny piece of lace? Let's not waste this little cut off. We don't need to throw you away. You're too pretty to throw away. Let's just put you down here. We're just going to stick you off of their glue strings. We're going to stick you right under the butterfly, like so. All right, perfect. So there you go. I think we made now one very cute journaling card. let's see. Here's the true test. Let's see if it fits. We did all this work, and now we got to see if it actually fits in one of my pockets here. So I believe, good, we're just wide enough. Perfect. Oh, look how that's going to work. That is going to go in there. Well, it might, I know it's wide enough. I might, because it's too tall, have to stick it into one of these. Let's try this one. So it will fit in the wide. That's good. Okay, so now, because it's taller, see, it can stick out. So we are going to have to make sure it goes into one of the side pockets where it doesn't fold. So at least I know it's wide enough. It will fit. So that's cool. I'm happy about that. Now I just got to find a spot to stick it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am going to just keep carrying on here with my fairy journal. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and hopefully the next time I come back, we'll have some more of this done. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.